Imagine waking up and finding yourself in the heart of ancient Egypt. Towering temples rise around you, mysterious priests whisper incantations, and the distant sound of drums echoes through the streets. But wait, are you just a visitor? Or are you part of a ritual yet to be revealed? In ancient Egypt, every detail of life had meaning. Every gesture, every symbol, every whisper carried secrets hidden from the modern world. But did you know their methods for predicting pregnancy would shock even scientists today? Yes, Egyptian women would urinate on wheat and barley seeds. If the barley sprouted first, it meant a boy. If the wheat grew, it was a girl. The craziest part: modern studies confirm this method was about 70% accurate. But childbirth, it was anything but easy. Women relied on priests and midwives chanting protective spells, while small statues of Taweret, the goddess of childbirth, were placed around the room to ward off evil spirits. And now, one of the darkest traditions of ancient Egypt, the burial of servants alongside their pharaohs. Yes, in the early dynasties, pharaohs were buried with their living servants, forced to accompany their rulers into the afterlife. Over time, these practices changed, and Ushabti figurines took their place, small statues meant to serve the king in the next world. And what about love and marriage? You might think royal families lived in perfect harmony, but the truth: pharaohs often married their own sisters and daughters to keep the royal bloodline pure. The result? Severe genetic disorders and deformities, leaving some of Egypt's rulers suffering their entire lives. But life in ancient Egypt wasn't all rituals and mystery. Imagine attending a grand Egyptian banquet, lavish meals, exotic meats, figs, and honey-soaked bread. And the drink of choice: beer. Egyptians brewed over 17 different types, enjoyed by both peasants and royalty alike. And what about the workers? Contrary to popular belief, the Great Pyramid wasn't built by slaves. Archaeological discoveries show the laborers were well-fed, lived in worker villages, and were even given medical care. Some had healed bone fractures, proof that they weren't disposable, but respected craftsmen. This was just a glimpse into the astonishing world of ancient Egypt. Think you've heard it all about ancient Egypt? Buckle up, because these next revelations will blow your mind. The gods were wild. Dark secrets of the divine Isis wasn't just a sweet goddess of magic. She once tricked Ra into revealing his true name by poisoning him with a snake, then only healed him after he surrendered his power. Talk about a power move. Seth, the god of chaos, wasn't always the villain. Early myths show him as Ra's loyal protector, slaying the serpent Apep to save the sun god. So when did he become evil? Blame politics. Later, pharaohs demonized him to justify wars. Hathor, the cow-headed goddess of love, had a terrifying side. She could transform into Sekhmet, a lioness who nearly wiped out humanity in a bloodthirsty rage. Ra had to trick her by flooding the land with beer dyed red. She drank it, passed out, and woke up sweet again. Bizarre pharaoh facts that were total lies. Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian. She was Greek, part of the Ptolemaic dynasty that ruled after Alexander the Great. And her legendary beauty? Coins suggest she had a hooked nose and sharp chin. Charisma was her real weapon. Tutankhamun's curse was fake news. When his tomb was opened, newspapers invented stories of deadly curses after a financier died from an infected mosquito bite, not magic. Pharaohs were obsessed with board games. They played Senet, believed to be a gateway to the afterlife. Some were even buried with their game sets. Imagine challenging Osiris to a match. The grossest Egyptian medicine. Want to cure blindness. Ancient doctors prescribed a mix of pig's eye, honey, and red ochre, poured directly into your ear. Headache remedy. Smear crocodile dung on your skull. Yes, really. Contraception? A paste of dates, acacia thorns, and honey, used as a barrier. Ouch. The shocking truth about animal mummies. Millions of animals, cats, ibises, even crocodiles, were mummified as offerings. But X-rays reveal many are empty inside. Scammers sold fake bundles to pilgrims. Some sacred baboon mummies. Stolen from sub-Saharan Africa, the Egyptians likely had a black market monkey trade. The Forbidden Tomb. No one dares open deep in the Valley of the Kings lies KV55, a cursed chamber holding a mysterious, defaced mummy. Some say it's Akhenaten, the heretic king who banned Egypt's gods. Others whisper it's Nefertiti. The government refuses to allow DNA testing. Why? So, would you dare to walk the halls of Karnak at midnight, or face the judgment of Anubis? The truth is out there, that some secrets the sands will never surrender. Darkest secrets of ancient Egypt, the final revelations. Human sacrifice, Egypt's buried horror retainer. Sacrifice. Before pyramids existed, Egypt's earliest pharaohs took living servants to the grave. At Abydos, archaeologists found hundreds of young men buried in neat rows, each with a smashed skull or strangulation marks. These weren't slaves, but willing courtiers who drank poison to serve their king in death. The Hebsed massacre. During the pharaoh's 30-year jubilee, prisoners of war were ritually slaughtered in temple courtyards. A recently discovered relief at Hierakonpolis shows bound Nubians having their throats cut by priests wearing leopard skins. Their screams fed the gods. First dynasty blood rituals. The mummy of Pharaoh. Jer was surrounded by 300 women and dwarfs buried alive. Their skeletons show they clawed at their coffin lids until suffocating. The Book of the Dead's cursed spells. Spell 125. Not just about judgment. It taught souls how to lie to Osiris. One verse literally says, "I have not stolen, even if you did." The Forbidden Chapter. Removed from later copies, Spell 317 summoned Apep the Destroyer to eat your enemies' souls. Priests warned it could backfire. A New Kingdom scribed tomb was found with his skeleton twisted like a snake. Real, black magic. The Leiden Papyrus contains a love spell requiring a woman's hair, blood, and a chant to Hathor, but if done wrong, it would rot the caster's tongue. What they still won't tell you. The Abydos. Shadow King. Deep in Osiris Temple lies a hidden relief showing a pharaoh with no face, erased so thoroughly even his name won't stick to walls. Some say he's the lost pharaoh who tried to erase the gods. Mummies don't stay still. The British Museum's unlucky mummy is blamed for sinking the Titanic. Guards report its glass case fogs up at night, and the linen wrappings rustle when no one's looking. Still think you could survive a night in the Valley of the Kings? Some truths are better left buried.